252. No short. It's brief. Yeah, okay. So that's that. So this is how we do it in the real world. So now let's check our switch. Welcome everyone, Network Reggie here. I'm an experienced network engineer, also a tech YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. So if you are looking to do certifications or you are a remote worker looking to practice certain solutions before you can implement them for clients on various remote sites like Upwork and Co., welcome to my channel. On this channel, I'll demonstrate them to you hands-on, various solutions. And we are preparing for certifications like the Cisco CCNA, CCNP. I will also do that too. We'll be using primarily two emulators, EVE-NG and GNS3. We are no packet tracer here. I want everything real world. You see it, you practice, you emulate, and you go out there and demonstrate and practice and just execute. Perfection is the name of the word here in this channel. So if that's what you're looking for, welcome to my channel. Just please try and subscribe so that I can get more videos. So in this video, I will be discussing about AWS site-to-site VPN using BGP. That's where we'll start from. And so here I'll power my Workstation Pro. By the way, Workstation Pro is free. Yeah, okay. Power on the Workstation Pro. Now, the minimum requirements you will need in order to follow along, in order to replicate what this video, in order for you to watch and replicate it, the minimum laptop requirements you need is Core i3 RAM, Core i3 CPU, and 8 GB of RAM. Because note, most of what we'll be doing are memory intensive. However, I selected certain images that are lightweight, that do not consume lots of memory. Therefore, 8 GB of RAM will be enough for this video. And then your hard drive should be, it's best it should be 500 gig, because you need to keep the EVE-NG in your host system, not in the external hard drive. Because if you put in the external drive, it can be having latency issues and some funny issues. So, but the other VMs, for example, see here, for me, I have other VMs here, Kali Linux, Windows, and the other ones. However, they are in my hard drive. But this particular EVE-NG, it's on my host operating system. Yeah, so okay, now let's log in. Yeah, so as you can see, it's Virgin, nothing is installed, nothing. I've not done any lab, I've not done anything here. So first of all, I I went to Cisco CML, because now the Cisco has equally joined the free bandwagon in order to help engineers to get better. Cisco CML free. So what I did is I downloaded the Cisco CML. So you can see in my lab here. You might see my Workstation Pro, the Cisco CML. Yeah, that's Cisco CML, the free version. However, there's a limit on the nodes. So I extracted the images from there, the ones that are lightweight. So for you, if you want to download the Cisco CML, the free version, you will need to register your name and do a company if you have one, and all that. You fill those information and then you log in and download. Yeah. Basically, this is the file. When you get to the download section, this is the file you look for. Click on it, extract, download it, extract images from it. So that is that. Okay, so now I haven't extracted the images. They are on my desktop here. My desktop folder that I named CML images for IOL. Anyway, okay, for IOL. So now, let me open the EVNG for you, because there are certain things we need to follow, certain guidelines we need to follow. Okay, so I'll click on documentations in EVNG, go to how to create images, and then go to Cisco IOL, because the IOL are the lightweight ones. They are lightweight. Okay, this is it, Cisco IOL. So in case you are having issues downloading, extracting the image from the Cisco CML, you can just copy one of these links, put it on Google. You will get an IOL image that I feel lying down online. However, I don't have any right to share them with you. So that is that. So this is the process. So we are supposed to download. This is the process of how to use these IOL images in EVNG. So I'm supposed to click on FileZilla. Okay, let me right click it. Right click. So FileZilla. And then what we are downloading here is this client. Yeah, so that's that. You can download the free version. I have already downloaded it, so there is no need to download it again. Yeah. So that's what is here exactly. Yeah. So after downloading it, double click. Okay, I agree. So with this, I'm using this method for those of us that don't really know. No, I don't want Opera, please. No browsers. Yeah. No problem. Desktop icon. Okay. Just next finish, and then install. That's it. So I'm using this method because I know a lot of us may be beginners, so maybe you don't know how to use the command line interface. That's why I'm using this method. In subsequent videos, I will show you how to use the SCP command, because what this FileZilla is doing for us is running the SCP command in the backend. So now that it is installed, I'll now come here, the host, check for the IP address 91.168. Okay, 192.168.159.151. So that is the 192.168.159.151. The username will be root, password, the default, and the port. I'm gonna leave it at default. Okay. So do not save password, please. So click on quick connect, and then we connect. Okay, you can see your status connecting. So what's happening? Let me see. Why? Okay. Okay. So this is fair enough. Okay. Honestly, I don't know what happened right there. To be very fair and honest, all my system just hung. So what I had to do immediately, I had to use Task Manager. I had to use Task Manager to shut it down, to shut the Workstation Pro down, and I restarted my system. Everything is working fine. Yeah. So, and I used the pings to check. They are all working fine. So now I powered my VM on back again. Go to VM SSH, connect to SSH. So what I want to do now is I want to import the images that I downloaded from Cisco CML into EVE-NG. So first of all, we are starting with the Cisco IOL. So now I need to open the FileZilla again. FileZilla. Good. 192, the host will be the IP address of the EVE-NG server, 159.151. The host name is root because we have to have the root privileges for it to work. We put our password and the port by default is 22. It's using SFTP but SSH secure FTP protocol in the packet. We connect. Okay. Go to this. I have to click on the arrow to show the root. Then I'll look for the OPT folder. Double click it. Use the arrow key. Look for add-ons. Okay, UNetLab, sorry. UNetLab. Add-ons, click on add-ons. IOL. Bin. So when we get to the bin, here, click on desktop. When I click on desktop, I click on the folder where I have my stuff. Now for the IOL, we don't need the full folder. We just need what is inside the folder, which is this. It ends with .iol. That is the way Cisco named theirs. So I'll just drag and then, oh, sorry, that's finished. You can check the progress bar here. It's successful. I can read it successfully. Okay. So we are coming. We'll do it one by one. Okay, all right. So now that we are here, I've SSH into the folder here by clicking on the WorkPro here, the VM here, and SSH here. We are already inside it here. So when I do ls here, show me the folder. Ls here means show me folder UNetLab, add-ons, IOL, bin. Okay. So now for me to go into that folder, I press Ctrl A, Ctrl D to delete the ls, CD. So now I'm inside the folder. So now show me what is inside the folder and list them. Okay, that's it. So now I'm supposed to rename this. I will just add .bin at the end. That's it. That is what EVE-NG says it wants. .bin at the end. Okay. So that's one step. Now, next step. I need to, okay, I need to copy this. I drag this, the key. We need this key. Because if you read the information here, it tells that we need the IOURC file. That's where we store the key. And if you want to see what is inside it, just the name of the folder and the name of the host name of the server and the key to unlock. So that's it. EVE-NG. So now can we see this inside our inside here, I will show you how to see this inside the Linux or Ubuntu server. Because the image is running on Ubuntu. Okay, so now that we've now drag and drop here, and then we see the progress bar. Okay, it's very small, so let's copy it immediately. Yeah, so now we fix the permissions. I copy this, Ctrl C, come to the SSH folder, Ctrl V. Oh, sorry, we didn't copy it very well. There's supposed to be a front slash in front of it. Good. So now when we do LSL, it has to be executed. Beautiful. So let's come here. AWS, site to serve VPN, BGP. Okay. With BGP. Using BGP. Using BGP. Using BGP. Okay, save. So I come here, click on node, add node, IOL. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, because we need it to use as our switch. So all I'm doing here right now is just to test and see it's working. Okay, good, it's working. All right. Okay, so that's it. So it's working. We will come and edit this later. Okay, so now come here. We don't need IOL anymore. We go back to add-ons. QEMU. Yeah. So now in QEMU, we drop the whole folder. We don't need to extract any file from inside the folder. So the Alpine desktop, just drag and drop. Okay. ASAV firewall, just drag and drop. And then we check the progress. Okay, so you can see successful. Okay, good. So now that I've drag and drop, I come here, look for ASAV, Cisco ASAV, click on it. So those are some of the ASAVs. And when we are using it from Cisco CML, so all we need in all that story there is just this area. So I need to rename it. This MV is to rename. So first of all, I must go into the folder, navigate my way into the folder, then rename it from its name to virtua.qcal. So come here. I'll do CD because I'm already inside the bin folder and IOL. Instead of me doing CD dot dot and going out and being that long, I'm just going to do CD space backslash front slash PPT UNetLab add-ons QEMU. So we're in QEMU. It's a list the folder for me. So now go into the so when I type the when I press enter, you hear that sound. It's showing me both. So which one do you want? Because it's confused, it's ambiguous. So I need to press the next key that will differentiate it. So I press S and then tab to complete again. And you can see it completed it for me. Then I press the enter key. Okay, please list what is inside the folder for me. Did that. So now MV ASA 9 QCal ASA 9 QCal. So I'm changing it to virtioe.qcal MV. So now let me list it. Okay, good. Now, instead of me coming here to recopy the fixed permissions here, another method to do it, I can just type history, this command, I can't remember the name of this command right now. Grep. Stop putting that grep, and then I'll type wrap. So see the number of times I've used it. So I'll just come here, pick iPhone 21. This works with Ubuntu Linux. I don't know any other Ubuntu. I don't know whether it works in others. Hit enter, and the command will automatically run again. It's the same thing as me typing the command again, but you're running it. Good. /l. Good. Okay. So now we exit the folder to the main folder in Q. /l. Okay. All right. So as we are doing, we do one with test. Okay. Node ASA. Good. Showed up. Okay. So I only want 4 interfaces, please. Yeah. ASAV. So now let me hit enter. Press the open link, please. Okay, so it's working. Good. So that's what we are doing. We are taking it one step at a time. We check, we import one image, we test it, verify it's working. We go do the next one, verify it's working. Yeah. Okay, so the last image now is the Alpine Linux. So we come here, go back to our documentation, how to create image. Then I'll scroll down because it is in alphabetical order. L Linux images. As for this one, you can click download links here if you want to use images or even Java. I prefer that one from Cisco is very updated, so that is why I used it. These ones, they are a bit old. Some of the things are not updated, but some of them are updated, but they are heavy. I'm managing space too, my hard drive, so that's why I use lightweight ones. Yeah, so I'll just show you this one because it's not self-explanatory unless you download the image to check it. So first of all, we need to do here is MV. I need to rename the Alpine desktop. When I type AL and I press the tab to complete, and I type it again, press the tab to complete. And then I name it Linux iPhone. Yeah. Let's list it for me again. Okay, yeah, it's now Linux. So now I'll go into the Linux folder, ls-l, then I need to rename the Alpine. These things I'm doing here, they are specifically associated with EVE-NG emulator. If you are using GNS3, it has its own pattern too. It has its own documentation, you have to follow that. So each emulator with their own rules. So yeah, Alpine, and I type keep cow. Okay. So for Linux, we use HDA. HDA. What happened? Oh, sorry. There's no need for MBA from. What happened? Okay. Okay, my bad. Alpine, Q cow. And I need to type it again. Q cow. Okay. I remove it and I name HDA. Present. What am I doing wrong here? Okay. There's something going on here. Alright. Alpine Q cow. Alpine Q cow. Oh, apparently I'm deleting both. Okay. That's my mistake. My bad. Alright, good. Let's have now list it. Okay. So now cd dot to exit it. I type my history. In case for those of us that have missed the first step, history, and then just type wrap. So this grep just means give me short form of just give me in the history, check, give me the short form of the wrap, whatever this that has its wrap in it. It has it, so I just go for the number. iPhone 21. Please, that iPhone 21 means execute that command again for me. And I press enter. That's it. So wait for it to be done. Okay. So now let's check our Alpine Linux. So we are done with importing images now. Linux, yeah. Yeah, voila. Okay. So I'm using 2 gig. Because for some reason, if I use anything less than 2 gig, it takes time to load. So I'm using 2 gig. Now for those of you that will be using the minimum requirement, which will be Core i3 CPU, 8 gig of RAM, and the 500 gig hard drive. If you try using this Linux and it's slowing down your Workstation Pro, because if you follow the steps I showed you, you will not have issues. If it's slowing it, if you see notice that it's hanging, what you should just do is that you will use the other one I will show you. We come back to that. Let me click on it. Okay. So let's see. I'm only using this one to demonstrate. Okay. So for some reason, let me type Cisco. For some reason, Cisco is not working. When I use root, root is working. So I go root. Okay, good. Fantastic, it's working. Very powerful little tool. It has IPEF. It has SSH. It has SCP. It's beautiful. Okay, so that's it. So now we are ready. We are ready to work. Now, I'm going to import this inbuilt VPC. This one is super lightweight. I will name it PC1. PC1. So in case for those of you that have that are using minimum requirements, which is a Core i3 8 gig CPU, you can decide if you use this Linux and it's hanging, then I'll advise you to just use this VPC2. Name one VPC1 and the other one PC2. So what we are going to name this one, I'll name it DP. Because I'm trying to emulate an Office, DP1. Then I'll make it a desktop. Yeah. I'm going to make the real world scenario here. Now, this is not the symbol for a switch, this is a symbol for a router. I'm going to click on edit, change the symbol, change the symbol to router. I prefer using the 3D image. Okay. Everything else will leave as default. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're almost set. We're almost set. Okay. So this is our on-prem network. Yeah. Okay, what am I saying? It's a switch. Sorry, my bad. It's a switch. Because it's layer 2, it's a switch. Switch. Yes. Okay, scroll down to W. Switch. I prefer using the 3D switches. Okay. And let me give it 4 interfaces. So that is it's 4 inside, so it bent to be 16. Okay. So I'm going to switch 1. So yeah. So what we are doing here is let me bring in this custom shape. square, and yeah, okay. So this is Network Regi Solutions, my company based in Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, okay. Based in Lagos, Nigeria. For those of you that know how to do these things, you can just keep it, but I'm just trying to make it interesting and make it real world so that it will be easier for you to follow. So, text. NR Lagos, Lagos, Nigeria. So this is our branch in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. So from here, I'll now link it. This one should be in 0/1, 0/1, please. Okay. So put this one in 1/0, and our switch connect to our firewall. It should be okay. So I'm renaming the switch to NR switch 1, Network Regi switch, NR switch 1. And our firewall will be renamed NRFW, Network Regi, and RFW, Network Regi's firewall. So this is our Lagos site. Send to front. Okay. Send to okay. This is what I use. I will say send to back. Okay, good. So duplicate. Okay. So this will be our engineering team. Engineering department. And this will be our sales department. Can you duplicate it? Sales department. Good. So okay. So I need to bring in our so since you are based in Nigeria, we are using MTN 5G 5G. Okay, to browse. So that's what we are using to connect to the internet. So this is what will allow us connect to our connect our data center in AWS cloud. Yeah. So okay, so we're almost done. So this is the design aspect. So we finished designing. So now This is my VPC in the cloud. I will do this one last because this one will cost me money. The EVNG is not going to cost me, it's free. So I've created my EVNG the cloud and I named it NRAWS VPC. That is our data center in AWS. Okay. So with this now, okay. Now, power it up. Now we need to give them IP addresses and all of that, connect them to the internet, make sure they are browsing, then we do the next one. But let's start the ground up. I want to power on the switch. Okay. And that's one beautiful thing with the IOL. It's quick, it's fast. And most of the commands, most of the generic Cisco commands are there. So what is the name of our switch? NR-SW1. So engineering department, let's say it should be in VLAN, let's say 10, VLAN 10 name. Engineering. So VLAN 11, name. So if you press Control E, it will delete whatever is right behind it. So sales. Sales. So I'm gonna show VLAN brief. Okay, good. Sales. Engineering. Okay. So now we are going to put them in separate. We are going to put them in separate VLAN. They are ports in separate VLAN. So 0/1 switch port host is also the same thing as saying switch port level. Hold on, let me finish. Then switch port access VLAN them. So when we do show run interface E0/1, sorry, do show run, and it's not easy to talk and type. Do show run interface. Okay, so what I did here was make it switch mode access and switch planning 3 port fast because it's not connected to the switch, so no waste our time. So that's the 0/1, and the other one is ports 1/0. Okay, so interface E1/0 switch port host is the same thing as typing running 3 port fast. That's switch port host. So then switch port access VLAN 11 exit. So do show VLAN brief. It's okay, yeah. So those are there. So now interface VLAN 10, give it the IP address of 192.168.10.254.255.255.0. So we are assuming we are making provision for 253 people to be in engineering. That is the meaning. That is why I created slide 24. So now interface VLAN 11, IP address 192.168.11.254.255.255.0. No short. Same thing to here. You type in show IP route. So we have both VLAN 10, VLAN 11. Okay. So now the ports. So now I'm powering up the firewall. Okay, so now I'm going to check the switch interface connected to network ready firewall. I've powered it up. I've powered the firewall up. So still booting. So interface. I'm going to make it a routed port, and I'll assign an IP so that I can assign an IP address to it. So I'm giving it a, this is how I can verify it is a routed port. So you can see here routed. So when I do show up interface brief, you can see that's the IP. Send to the interface. See IP routes. Good. So everything is good and fine. So now let me check my storage file. Okay, the firewall is up now. It's okay. In this particular version of firewall that I downloaded from Cisco CML, I need to assign a password to it before I can get to the main interface. So as you can see on the screen, the enable password is not set. Please set it now. The previous firewalls, once you press enter, you can skip it. Apparently for this one, you just have to. So I'm going to use password PN.west. Good. All right. So it's telling us, reminding us to save. Oh, that also reminds me. Let me go to the switch. And on the switch, I can do WR means write config. Should I have saved it? So in case the switch shuts down or something, my config will not be erased. So on the firewall, I enter. Let's name network region firewall. Okay. So interface connected to MTN 5G. Here's the 0. So interface gig 0/0. Name if. I'll give it the default of outside. So it is set the security level to 0 by default. I'll be explaining this technicalities behind all this later. For those of us that are in my subsequent videos, for those that are in 16A and 16MP level, and those are beginning to. But this one I want to focus it more on side-to-side VPN. Yeah. So I will skip some technicalities here. So name if. So now I want it to just get an IP address automatically. So interface IP brief. Why have we not get an IP address, brother? Okay. Let me check my MTN. Oh, it's on bridge. Okay. So I'm supposed to change to management cloud 0 and then save for it to get an IP address from my virtual machine, the EVNG. Okay, so now let me check. Okay. Let me do shut down. Shut down the no shots. So let me interface IP brief. What's happening? So why is it taking long to get me an IP? Okay. Let's continue with our config. Okay. So 0/1 is connected to the switch. All right. Okay. 0/1. So I'm telling you that this is my inside network. Set the security level to 100. IP address 192.168.9.1.255. 255.252. So I'm making it a /30. Okay. interface IP brief. Okay. So now, I'm still not getting an IP address. There is a way I can fix that. Let me see first. Let me wait and see. If it doesn't get, so now I need to enable routing protocol. So router SPF network 192.168.00.245.245 area 0. I'm just putting everything in area 0. So happy, okay. So all of them, then I'll save again. So I go to my firewall, telling my firewall router SPF network 192.168.9.1 area 0. Then I just put area 0. Okay, so 255. So in the firewall, we don't use wildcard, we use the subnet mask. So 255 area 0. Then I'll say default information originate interface IP brief. Okay. So since for some reason, maybe because I didn't assign the right interface, for some reason I did not get the interface. It was not assigned IP address by default, so I will have to assign it an IP address. So now do I know which IP address to assign it? You need to come here, IP config, check the IP address of my interface connected to the internet. Okay, that is this is the IP address that my VM is using to browse the NAT interface of my VM. So I will give it in that range, go to .2. So interface /0, IP address 192.168.159 dots. Let me just say dot. Let me see .20. 255.0. Okay. Show interface IP brief. Good. So now let me see if I can ping 159.1, 1.2. Okay. Do some. So now let me give the default route outside. Anything you don't know, so 192.168.159.2. So show routes. Good. So now let me see. Can I ping? Let me see if I can ping my default gateway 192.168.159.2. So why is that? Okay. Because we are using the EVE-NG community version, I will have to shut down the firewall for it to work properly in order for the ping to work. because right now we are not getting what we want. So let me do that. Let me save first. I don't think they'll be okay. Good. Okay, it was working. Okay. We can also use copy, run, start. They will do the same thing. So now shut it down. Now shut down. Then now I power it up. So let me see now. At least it should have picked up what I wanted to pick. Okay. Okay, good. So okay. All right. So let's test now whether it will work. Okay, beautiful. Not as much here. So this has nothing to do with the routing issue, it's just the virtualization issue. That because it's not free, I have to shut down the firewall and start it again. So let me check this whether I can ping the internet. Okay, good. So now let me enable NAT. Before I do that, let me check from here. Okay, good. Okay, I'm getting the forward. Fantastic. So now let me show that. Okay, no. For now, we can't ping NAT here. We can ping NAT here. So come to the firewall. Objects, network. Object network. Let me say sales. I want my sales to be able to go to the internet. Sales. I don't show management first. Management. Subnets 192.168.10.0 255 is slash 24. So I say NAT inside outside dynamic interface. Okay, so let me do the same for sales. So sorry, we've been at /10. I change to /11. I'm using the up arrow key to go up instead of me retyping it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using the up arrow key. Better still, let me just type it so that you guys can get it. Subnet 192.168.11.0/24 255.255.255.0. The NAT bracket inside, outside, close the bracket, dynamic interface. Okay, show NAT, good. So run objects, fantastic. So now let me check from the switch. So it's the switch. Open the internet. It says no because it did not give me access. What if I source it from VLAN 10? Well, okay, I know. Okay. The issue here is the firewall. So show run policy map. Okay. So now I'm going to tell my firewall to please inspect SCMP traffic because I want to enable SCMP traffic. That is the only way I can be sure my devices can ping the internet. Okay. So run policy map. Okay. You can see the inspector SCMP there. Okay, so now Mr. Switch, let's go. Now before I do that, if we do show NAT here, you will see on translate. You can see on translate 1 because it couldn't go, so you couldn't translate it because the NAT was not working. Yeah. So now translate it to 1. Okay, so we are good to go now. So voila, beautiful. Okay, so let me try it from now on. Yeah. The reason why the switch is not going is because if we do show CDP neighbors, okay, it's not because it's connected to the router, it's nothing like that. This interface here, the interface 0/0 is connected to the firewall at the IP address of 9.2. I did not put that network. I did not enable NAT for that network. So that is why it is not working. I only enabled NAT for the engineering department and the sales department. Yeah. So that is one way to test that. I don't need the switch to go to the internet. There's nothing to do there. So now we've tested the engineering is working. Let me test sales. Okay, good. Sales is working. So in our next video, we will configure the client side of our enterprise lab design, and also we will configure the AWS VPC. That is where we put our data center, our virtual data center in AWS cloud. All the subnets, everything will be done in the next video.